There are three key officials in the probate county court. They are 1, the probate referee, 2, the probate examiner, and 3, most importantly, the probate judge. Stay tuned while we go over each of these officials, and make sure you stay to the very end of this 8-minute video because I have a surprise for you. Very simply, the probate referee is responsible for valuing the assets in the estate. The personal representative of the estate completes the inventory and appraisal form, and these forms are handed off to the probate referee within 4 months after the personal representative receives his or her letters of administration or letters of testamentary. The court appoints a probate referee who is a neutral third party to place a value on the assets in the estate. There is a cash itemization and also a non-cash itemization part of the form. The real estate is categorized, of course, as the non-cash inventory. It's categorized in the non-cash inventory and appraisal form. Hi, my name is Nancy. My last name is Adinolfe. I'm a local real estate agent here in Sacramento County. I help personal representatives with the real estate portion of the estate who are going through probate. I serve all areas of Sacramento County, including Sacramento, Elk Grove, Citrus Heights, Folsom, Rancho Cordova, and other towns in Sacramento County, as well as El Dorado County, Placer, and Yolo County. So let's go over what the probate referee does. The probate referee must appraise the estate no later than 60 days after receiving the inventory and appraisal forms. They receive these forms from the personal representative, most likely will fill these out. The probate referee doesn't use traditional real estate property appraisals when determining the value of the real estate portion of the estate. There's only 2 probate referees in the whole county of Sacramento. They have a lot of cases that they need to work through in a relatively short amount of time. In most cases, the probate referees do not have time to tour inside of each of the properties. They seldom get out of the car and go inside the house or walk the property. Instead, they do a drive-by valuation and do a comparable market analysis of the neighborhood. In most cases, they base the property value on the appearance of the outside of the house and also in the neighborhood in which the house is located. So the question becomes, can this be an issue later on in the probate process? The answer to that question is it depends. It depends. So suppose the house looks great on the outside, it's in a nice neighborhood, and all the public records show that it's within the average square footage of the living space and the average size lot for the neighborhood. There's nothing that stands out in the appearance or the attributes. The probate referee does a drive-by and values the house based on what he or she sees from the outside of the house. However, once the house goes onto the market, the highest offer of the house is only half of what the referee indicated on the inventory and appraisal form. This can be a problem. It's a problem for 2 reasons. First of all, the personal representative has a duty to uphold the value of the estate. And secondly, the courts will want to know why was there such a low price given on the house. An experienced realtor will know what to do to correct this situation. The realtor will provide the cost of repairs to the probate attorney in advance if there or else if they're to the personal representative, if there is no attorney, they'll provide evidence of why the house sold for such a low value. This information will be submitted to the probate referee and a request to lower the assessed value of the house. This has happened to us in one instance in all of the probate houses that we have sold. The probate referee placed a much higher value on the property than what we were able to get in the open market. And remember, when the rubber meets the road, the true value of a property is what buyers are willing to pay in the open market. In this case, we were able to give the bank's appraisal report to the probate attorney. And the bank's appraisal report was completed by a licensed bank appraiser who went inside the house, and they did a thorough appraisal on the property. And they give an accurate valuation of the value of the house. The bank's appraised value was exactly equal to the sales price, but be aware that the appraisal report is paid for by the buyers, and they are not obligated to share the appraisal report that they paid for the appraisal report, and it's their own personal document. So we were lucky in that the buyers were willing to share the report, and we handed it off to the good probate attorney to show the probate referee. If this happens to you, I recommend getting an accurate appraised value of the property as soon as possible to avoid any court delays. The second official in the probate court is the examiner. The examiner is a licensed attorney who works for the probate court. They're responsible for examining and to review all of the probate documents for legal requirements and to make sure that the necessary information is shown to the court. The probate court examiner generates what's called calendar notes. It's a funny term. These calendar notes show whether or not the documents are approved or if there's a question or a problem with the documents. If there's no questions or problems in the documents, the calendar notes are recommended for approval. The calendar notes will specify what's required when there are problems and the document needs more information or if there's an error on the documents. If corrections are not done on time for the hearing, the court will reschedule the court date, and this of course delays the probate process. The calendar notes are posted on the Sacramento Superior Court's website in the Registry of Action. These are public records, and they're actually fairly easy to get to. So the third official in the probate court is the judge. Judges are required to be practicing attorneys before they are appointed as judges. They're responsible for signing the orders and the petitions and making all the decisions. The judge reviews the actions taken by the personal representative and reviews the accounting of all of the assets in the estate. When the case is recommended for approval, the judge approves the petitions and grants the order for final distribution. Remember, I am not an attorney. I cannot give legal advice. If you have any questions about the real estate portion of the estate going through probate, I'd be glad to help you with the real estate portion. And stay tuned for the next video with the number one question that all personal representatives ask me.